had spent a lot of time just really down. I mean, months of just, I didn't go to the gym and work out my own self, and I didn't look the same.
Yeah.
Let's just say I gained weight, I didn't feel good, I didn't look good.
Yeah.
And depression just hit me, and everyone turned their back toward me. I wasn't this fit trainer dating this football guy anymore. And I had nothing that I thought. Eventually, I don't know what it was, but I snapped out of it and decided, I'm just going to get myself back into shape and focus on myself. Because I can't change anything other than myself.
Yes, that's
myself.
very powerful. Yeah.
So I got into shape. I got myself out of bed. And for me, getting in shape was like an important thing.
Yeah.
Other people, you might want to go play sports again or ride a bike or make music, whatever it was that you used to do that made you happy.
Yes.
So I went back to what made me happy. And that was in a gym, feeling strong.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'd like to welcome you to another episode of the Just Keep Showing Up podcast. Today, I have the pleasure of sitting here with Shay. Shay and I met in the gym probably about 2 years ago, about 2 years ago. So I'm very fortunate and thankful for her coming in and being a part of the podcast. I'm going to let Shay introduce herself so the people that's listening can know who's talking to them. So, Shay, hi.
Hi. So my name is actually Shayna. But I've been going by Shay kind of lately. No real reason why. Just felt like changing my name halfway through my life.
Your personality, yes.
Yeah, exactly. It's my choice.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm Shay, and I'm from Baltimore County.
Okay.
I moved up here to Hartford County, I guess, almost 3 years ago.
Okay.
And that's pretty much when we met.
Yeah.
Within a year of me living here. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. All right, yeah, so Shay and I, we go to the same gym. We work out. We have a group of people that are at the gym at, between 5:30 and 6 o'clock in the morning. We all show up at the gym.
By 6, or you're late.
Yeah, by 6, or you're late. Yeah, so it's been a very safe space. And I've mentioned this on another episode that you guys will hear later after this one. It's become a very safe space for me. And this whole podcast came partially from the gym and showing up there. And Shay and I was actually just talking to her a couple of days ago. Of course, y'all will be hearing this in April, but it was a couple of days ago, and I mentioned we could have like the treadmill chronicles, because it was oftentimes I would be on a treadmill kind of like sharing or talking, and I don't think you may have realized then that I would talk to you about things, and then my daughter, kind of going through challenges with my daughter and just kind of learning what it is to be a father of an adult child, kind of working through that. And you would share things about yourself personally, and it was so insightful for me because I was able to kind of almost kind of hear maybe my daughter's perspective, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was really good. So so from that, it's just continuing to go, and then it's Just Keep Showing Up podcast. And I could also mention, I don't know if I ever told you this, a friend of mine, Sydney, she is a therapist at the University of North Carolina. Okay. And she was the one who used to tag like Just Keep Showing Up. She would work out. So I kind of grabbed the tagline as well, and it kind of spun off. And if anybody's listened to the introduction to the podcast, it spun off into a thing of, okay, it's not just going to the gym, it's just trying to show up in life, because this life can get really hard, Yeah. So, and I know we've talked about a few things before, so I just know you come to the gym, and a lot of people there are you're just a part of our crew, and it's just so wonderful and great. But you're there all the time, and you're working out. So, the question, this is the Just Keep Showing Up podcast. So my question to you, Shay, is like, what do you do? Like, what is it for you that keeps you pushing and continuing to show up in your life?
So it's funny because everyone looks at me in the gym and they're like, oh, she's got it all together.
Yes.
It looks easy.
Yes.
And I love when people say that, because I love just being vulnerable and saying it's actually, I look this way because I don't have it together, because I've tried so hard, because I've had all these other things in my life, in my head, and coming to the gym every day, my body got sculpted through my stress, kind of. And I still show up because that's kind of what keeps me happy now. I went through a phase, and we can go back to that, just where a lot of anxiety, and I wasn't going to the gym, and I just remembered every time I didn't go to the gym, I'm like, wow, okay, I got to go back to the gym, because I never regret a workout. I only regret not going.
Yes.
It's just go. I don't care if I go there and walk on the treadmill, but just showing up looking myself in the face in the gym and seeing the same people that do the same thing.
Yes.
Like, if you're not there, I know. I'm kind of like, Derek's not here today.
Yes.
And I think about it just like when I don't show up. I'm showing up for me. I'm showing up for you guys. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's full circle.
Yeah, and that's definitely what it's become for me. And it's amazing that you say that with the anxiety piece, because that's what it was for me. It was like, I'm having this anxiety, and I'm going through counseling and realizing that it's like separation anxiety, you know, the challenges I've gone through in my life. And it is that kind of way. Like, if I don't see Ryan at the gym, I'm like, okay, it must be like a Sunday. Ryan isn't here. You know, he pushes me. It's the same with you. You know, and I kind of stepped away and was going to a different gym. And that was great in the moment. But I remember I came back to Planet Fitness, and it was just something different. You know, and it's Planet Fitness. It's not like it's Gold's Gym or all the fancy gyms. It's a Planet Fitness gym, you know, and it's like, it's something about the place that's just special.
And it's something about your gym friends, right? Like, you got your work friends, and you talk to your work friends, and every now and then something's going to be negative because it's work. And then you got your lifelong friends, and unfortunately something negative is going to come up with that too, because you've been friends with them for your life. And you got your family. But then there's something about your gym friends where you all chose to be at this one place, and there's really no negativity, and you're all kind of just starting your day fresh. And like, I work the hardest when we're all in there. It's like, okay, we're all in here working hard. Like, let's just get it done. Yeah. And there is just something special about your gym friends that kind of makes it easier to get through the day. Like, you get your tough part done. And
I agree. And I often tell people, it's like, no one can take that away from you, you know. And it's something special about it because people are choosing to come there. It's almost like when you do like established friends, like outside of like a sibling, the friend is a choice. That's a person that you choose to have in your life. Right. So I always kind of look at a friend as a little bit more special. I can say that I don't have siblings, so it's kind of hard for me to compare. Right. I have cousins that's like siblings, but I feel like a friend is a choice that you've made compared to a sibling that was kind of given to you. You know what I mean? You didn't have a choice. You can't get rid of them. so yeah, exactly. And then, like, you know, the world kind of tells us almost like, hey, it's your family. So the blood is thicker than water. You know, some people agree that, some people don't. You know, but I think friends are just very unique because it's your choice. Oh, yeah. You know what I mean? So yeah, so that's it with you showing up. And anything else, you know, that keeps you kind of
going forward? Yeah,
going forward in life. You know, I would say through like any challenges you may have faced in your life. You know, and I'll say your age if you don't mind, like, because I think it is valid and special that you're 27 years old, and I know we talked this, but you have an old soul. You know, and like I was saying the other day, you're 27, but and some people may look, well, she's very young. But I look at it as you're 27, and that's as old as you've ever been. So you can't discredit a person just because they may be younger than you, you know? But you do have like an old soul and very kind of like wise.
I think so.
I know, but I feel like it may be because you've gone through some things. Yeah. You know? And your personality probably helps.
I think what got me through, when I do think back, is probably about 5 years ago. Let's see, 23, maybe a little more. So 6 years ago, I was riding like a high. I was, well, we can take it all the way back. So I met, and I don't know who's going to listen to this, but whatever.
It's a safe space.
Yeah, I found my place. I was working my dream job.
Yes.
Like, I was a personal trainer. I had guys coming take videos of me, like to do videos. I had girls training from Towson, all the girls from Towson sororities. They were kind of under my wing. I would be in Towson Mall. People would be like, oh, that's Shayna Fit. I had an Instagram going. I was riding this high on my career. I was dating someone that I had met when I was very young, and I had like fallen in love with this guy, and we were finally together in our 20s, and I was like so happy, and I was living with him and just riding it all out, and something started to change in the gym. Things started to change in my relationship, and kind of everything just disappeared at once. I left my job at the gym because my boss, I was in a guy's gym. I was the only female trainer, and it just became a little toxic, and he wanted to change what I was doing, so I ultimately left the gym. And my relationship that I'd been in for, it seems since I was 15 years old, and I was 24 at that point. That was kind of going away.
That's tough. That's
on all these girls that were my fans and all these people that were always asking me for advice to get in shape disappeared. And I moved back in with my parents. I was 24 years old. And I felt like an adult back in my parents' house again. And I just remember one day looking at my mom like, why am I even here? Like, and I never had that thought before. I'd never gone to school, like grade school growing up. I never had a bad day. My friends really never saw me upset. And my mom, to hear her daughter say like, I get chills thinking about it. I was like, what is my purpose on this earth?
Yeah, yes.
And because I thought it was fitness. I thought it was training people and making people happy, and that had just been taken from me.
Yeah.
So I had spent a lot of time just really down. I mean, months of just, I didn't go to the gym and work out my own self, and I didn't look the same.
Yeah.
Let's just say I gained weight. I didn't feel good. I didn't look good.
Yeah.
And depression just hit me, and everyone turned their back toward me. I wasn't this fit trainer dating this football guy anymore, and I had nothing that I thought. Eventually, I don't know what it was, but I snapped out of it and decided, I'm just going to get myself back into shape and focus on myself, because I can't change anything other than myself.
Yes, that's very powerful. Yeah.
So I got into shape. I got myself out of bed, and for me, getting in shape was like important thing.
Yeah.
Other people, you might want to go play sports again, or ride a bike, or make music, whatever it was that you used to do that made you happy.
Yes.
So I went back to what made me happy, and that was in a gym, feeling strong, stuff like that. And I focused on myself first.
Yes.
And all the happiness came around myself, and little things started to happen once I started to feel happy again.
Yeah.
Like, I fell into another job that was good for me at the time being.
Yeah.
And I was working in office with a bunch of great girls, and I was working it was a plastic surgery office. And it was my first career inside of it, like a real business place. So that started. And then, I met new friends, and things with my family were going good. And all the positivity that I was bringing to myself, solely because I focused on myself at first.
Yes.
Other things just started coming my way again.
It's almost like you became a magnet.
And just, I was smiling again. And so in a brief story, that was my, down and out.
Yeah.
But focusing on myself and not worrying about what anyone thinks. I don't care what anyone thinks at all.
Yeah.
And, it worked. I came out on top, and now to this day, other things have just kept falling in my lap, and I just keep following kind of just the golden path that I'm putting in front of myself because I focus on myself.
Yeah.
People might call it selfish. I call it selfless because I feel like I make the people around me happy now that I'm happy too.
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah.
I think what you're like kind of what I'm hearing you saying, and I think is your life at this point has proven that when you do focus on yourself and you allow yourself to be the focus, you're able to freely allow other people in your life, and you kind of almost attract people to you, to the authentic you, not like people being around you because of other reasons. What you have, yes. And you went through that, and it's kind of probably fortunate that it happened at the point that it did, at a young age, and now you're on this path where you're still, you're not in your 40s, you're in your 20s, and you kind of found what you need for yourself to continue to progress along in life. I think that's very amazing, and it's really good. And something you said that I think is really, really good is you said for you, fitness is your thing. That's what makes you happy. But that doesn't necessarily mean another person needs to choose fitness. Choose what you find in your life that makes you happy. If it's music, if it's writing poetry, if it's
art,
I don't know, watching movies, being a movie critic, whatever it may be for that person is great. And another thing that is just blows my mind, I really appreciate the vulnerability that you're sharing. And I know, like, cause I'm in the gym, and I know how people may view you in the gym, and it's amazing how folks may never know a person's story.
Yeah.
And they never know like what they see in the layers that go with that person. You know what I mean? Then when that person shows up, you don't know how they arrived to the place that they are, and it also speaks to, I think, how you show up the way you do, at the gym, and just freely kind of talk to everyone and enjoy yourself and really, really work out hard. I always say that you can like work out by yourself and like over there sweating like crazy. Like me, I don't know, I can't. I have to be with a group. You know what I mean?
Get in your own head.
Yeah. So I really appreciate that, and that was very, 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 I just really appreciate it. So I would like to say, so if anybody's listening to the show and kind of your journey and what you just explained and how you arrived to the place you are today, like, and you kind of did give advice, but just if you want to close it out with any additional advice that you want to give to anyone that may be kind of finding themselves in the same place that you were at one point in your life, or, what would you kind of, I guess, add on to what you've already said, or what you would recommend or share, or...
It's just about, like I said, it might sound selfish to some people, but the only way you're gonna live a happy life and You know, I hate the word happy. I feel like it's so intense.
Because it's just an emotion, right?
It's
happy
intimidating.
Like sad is an emotion. Happy is an emotion.
You can live the life you want to live, I guess, right?
I guess maybe a joyful life, right?
Yeah. I mean, not everybody wants a happy-go-lucky, loud, annoying life like me. Like, some people just like their peace and quiet. And however you want your life to be, you deserve to have that.
Yes.
And you're only going to have that by going after what you want.
Yes.
And sometimes you got to allow things to also come to you. And I'm sorry,
really
but
good.
I don't think things are going to come to someone that's standing in a corner, crossed arms, with their eyes closed, head down, mouth shut.
Yes.
Things just don't come to you without your arms open. I don't mean you have to walk around like I do with the, Bambi eyes and I smile. I know I look like a little goofy walking around sometimes. But if you just allow things to come to you ultimately, you're not going to do that until you focus on yourself.
Yeah.
I know I'm jumping thing to thing.
No. It's good.
Wake up in the morning and put time to yourself.
Yes.
Because you have to. You can't. Everyone says it, you can't pour from an empty glass, and you see all these bumper stickers and quotes, but it's true.
Yeah.
I mean, what would I want to give to anybody? The second I wake up, why would I even want to pet my dog if I'm not happy?
Yeah.
So
it's true. It's like not. Don't betray yourself in the midst of like trying to get something else. You have to kind of honor yourself first.
Yeah.
It's kind of what you're saying. So I don't think it's selfish. I think it's proven that people I'm trying to I think we talked about this, like the Miss America who jumped out of the window. You know what I mean? It's like what was going on with her, and it's not from a judgment standpoint at all, because if you've ever been depressed, you can kind of almost understand. I know I can.
Yeah.
I know I definitely can understand why she jumped out of the window.
Yeah.
Because depression is real, and it's something I feel like it grows in the dark, so you kind of want to like close yourself off, and then it can, like, it's almost like fungus, not fungus, but like bacteria. It grows in the dark when you kind of alone.
It is, yeah. I mean, you can just, it's either there or it's not. You have it or you don't.
Yeah.
And you can't just turn the light on and off when you have it.
Yeah.
But it's like, it feels like a plague. You just want to get it off of you, but you can't. And once you're in it, it's hard to see anything.
It is.
else.
It's like this fog. So I think what you're saying, because I experienced that same thing, and kind of like validating what you're saying is, I feel like once I was able to accept me, like show myself grace, say that who I am is enough. Like if I show up somewhere, who I am is what's needed in that moment. And I remember getting a job. This kind of going back to what you're saying. I remember getting this job in the Army, and the person who asked me to take the job, I was kind of having a little self-doubt, because I always felt like it was, and it's a company commander, is a position in the Army. Your brother's in the Army.
Yes.
Yeah, so he may one day, and he's an officer, I think, so he may one day become a company commander. And you probably come back to this and be like, oh, that's what Derek was talking about. But as a company commander is like a job I always looked at when I was younger. Like, I don't know if I can do that. So I was asked to take this position, and I remember going to the person who asked me, and I was like, I don't know if I can do this. Do you think I can do this? And the first thing she said was like, Derek, if I didn't think you can do it, I wouldn't have asked you. That gave me like such a stroke of confidence. And for the rest of the time, I kept saying to myself, who I am is what the company needs. And that kind of started my journey of this being authentic, and in counseling. And I think that's what you're kind of saying with you, to kind of just get rid of this whole, it may be selfish thing. I think it's basically saying, I'm like honoring myself and understanding that I can freely be me. And when I draw people to me, I'll be drawing them to me. So the people that are in my life, they need me. They want me.
Yeah.
If I find myself like on an airplane, and I mean, not all the time, but if I'm on an airplane and this person's next to me and I start talking, am I going to annoy them? Well, if they start talking back, they need me, not some other person. You know what I mean? So I do agree with what you're saying, that it's like being who you are allows you to, I think this is the thing. When you're comfortable with who you are and you're confident with who you are, you're freely able to love the people around you.
Yes.
Because it's not a competition thing. You can really look at their gifts and truly honor who they are, because you're comfortable with who you are. So it's not like you're nitpicking. You know what I mean? And that's what I found with myself. And I think and I'm sharing that this is a pie. It's just so great how these kind of flow. But it's just to say that, so I don't think it's selfish. You know what I mean? The people listening, people have their different opinions, but I feel like that's what you're saying as well in that. It's like, hey, let's, once I'm comfortable with who I am, it's, I'm freely able to love everybody around me.
And I know, like, if I'm not focused on myself, I got to show up for people every day.
Yeah, yes.
I have an important job. I'm also a daughter. I'm a sister.
Yes.
And I've got other people that I have to show up for. So if I'm not bringing my best self, what am I bringing?
Yeah, and you may not always have like 100%, because just like this morning, we were both at the gym. We knew we were going to record the podcast, but it was like, hey, we're there and we kind of pushing out. But, today may not have been the same effort as yesterday. Well, the effort may be the same, but the energy may not be the same, So you can, and a friend of mine, Leah, doing her podcast episode, she shared that, like, the 10% I give today is probably my 100% effort because of whatever's other things are pulling on me in life, compared to the day before I was able to give 100% effort, and it was my 100%. You know what I mean? So, yes. So that's good. So any closing thoughts or things? Shay, this has been great. I really appreciate you taking your time, and I really don't take it for granted. So
yeah, I just really just keep your head up to anyone that ever feels down. I feel like you and I went through just talks, and both of our moods when we met were kind of somewhat down, and our friendship, we both just have been rising and rising and rising.
Yeah. Yes.
So, I mean, if it takes meeting a friend or looking yourself in the mirror and just talking, I just want anyone to understand that, like, bad days can end.
Yes.
Bad funks can end.
Yes.
And you're never, ever alone.
I think we can close it out with the saying you said yesterday that your mom... That'll be our closing thing. So what is that quote again? That
the day will start and the day will end.
Yes.
So if you have a bad day, it will start and it will end.
Yes. Thank you so very much, Shay. Thanks, everybody, for checking out the show. Until next time, peace.